So I'm actually here right now today. I've got a whole lot going on right now. I'm going to be flying over to Zimbabwe here real soon, and so I'm driving the Blazer up to Chicago and leave it there at the airport. But right now my tailgate doesn't lock, so now I got to fix the lock in my tailgate. So right now I'm in a hotel parking lot in Indianapolis where I'm attending some classes. So I'm gonna take the window out, replace the lock. There's a spring that broke in there I gotta fix, and so that's what I'm working on right now and here. So follow along. All right, so first things first, I gotta take this tailgate piece off. So I brought some tools. I'm gonna go ahead and get that started. I didn't bring a screw gun, so I gotta pull all these screws out by hand. Annoying. Alright, now I have to roll the window up a little bit so I can unbolt these. So I have to roll the window back a little bit to be able to undo these bolts here. There's 4, and I can pull this window out and get to the lock that's underneath there. Alright, I can pull the window out without breaking it. Oh, I can't pull the window out all the way. Cool. Those. Alright. Now I got the latch out, and there's a spring in here that when I go to lock it, the spring comes out because the spring broke in half, the lock comes out, it's a whole ordeal. So I gotta disassemble this a little bit more to be able to get that spring out that broke in here. And because I replaced this lock a while back, but I replaced it with a different spring. Spring broke, and now I can't lock my window. So I'm gonna take this apart here, and then we're gonna put a new spring in. So I'm gonna pop this little piece out here. There we go. And here is the thing. If the spring's not broken, the whole mechanism is. So as it turns out, the actual housing of the lock broke, so I'm gonna have to get a whole new handle. But until then, what I'm gonna do is just try to put everything back together and zip tie it and call it good. And then I guess at a later time I will replace it. Well, it turns out I can't fix the lock. I was gonna try to zip tie it and do something to it to at least get it so I could, use it for a few days. But the way it's designed, it's completely broken, and I won't be able to lock my window. So as for now, it's just gonna be unlocked. So I guess I'll just do a walk around, kind of show you what's been going on. So here we go. So a lot has happened since I last left you guys with work on the Blazer. I kind of left mid-project, didn't have any updates. I ran into an issue. I ended up finding out that the body is a 78, the frame's a 76. Started running into some issues with body mounts and whatnot, and putting the frame down and all this other things, and interior parts, and had a lot of issues. So I quit recording, and I did a whole lot of other stuff. So right now I want to take you around and kind of show you what I've been doing. I'm actually at a hotel parking lot here in Indianapolis. I'm up here for some schooling, and I'm getting ready to head to Zimbabwe for a few weeks. So I'll let you in a little bit of my life a little bit later, maybe another video, what I'm doing. So right now I just want to take you around and show you what I got going on. So I guess I'll start in the front. I ended up I got my 4-inch lift all on. I ended up building a bumper, putting a Smitty built 12,000 pound winch on. The bumper is okay. I don't really care for the kick ups too much, or it kicks up, and then I have the fender coming down a little bit. I'll eventually fix that, but it's not a huge priority. The front, it's got a lot going on now. New steering. I did have this arm here, which is a just a raised steering arm that would have gone up to the gearbox. I ended up taking that out clearly, and I have a two-wheel drive gearbox now with crossover steering. The sway bar, usually I don't think the sway bars work, so I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like this is a different sway bar, just because it clears the crossover steering just fine, so I don't know what's going on, but I'm not complaining. New leaves, it's kind of soaked right now. I had a power steering leak, so ignore that. I was moving the axle forward, moved it back to where it was, stock height, but then I needed the spacers anyways to be able to clear the steering here, which was you know, pretty tight anyway. So did a new Dana 44 knuckle with flat top with the bolts in there. Don't stare at my boot too hard, it's tore, but it's got the steering arm for the crossover steering, brake lines, all that. I haven't really touched the front diff yet. It's still the original. I've ended up rebuilding this side twice now, put new ball joints in it, and repack bearings, stuff like that. This thing drives really good now. I ended up putting a different transfer case in. It's a 241C. I had a 208 in it. I replaced it with this so I could do the slip yoke eliminator to help my drive shaft angle and vibrations and whatnot. This would have been out of a 88 to 91 K5 Suburban, stuff like that. Put that in. Got a little bit of a transfer case drop, helped the front drive shaft angle, and so that helped a lot there. The rear drive shaft, going back, like I said, it's got the slip yoke eliminator, going back. This thing has no driveline vibes, 75 miles an hour, runs perfect. Exhaust, just kind of hacked it together. It's not too loud, it's pretty quiet for what it is. The rear leaves, they're flat, to say the least. Let's see if I can. The rear leaves are pretty flat, and basically just the lift block. I do have the ORD flip shackle, and with 4-inch lift on that, a 3-inch block, and these leaf springs, it still sits lower in the rear than does the front, which is, the front only has 5 inches lift and the rear has technically 7. It's actually quite a bit lower, but I'll show you why in just a second. One of the reasons why it sags so much is this bumper I built. It's all 3/16. It's pretty heavy. I built this a few weeks back. The spindle here, I'm putting a spare tire carrier. It's rusted, but eventually it'll have a new tire carrier I'm going to build on the back, and then I can actually have a spare tire because I'm running around without one. I like to live life dangerously. Now coming around the back, this thing is something I built obviously for traveling, stuff like that. Makes it nice. I have a battery backup in here that runs my fridge and things like that, and so it's pretty nice. And I have just a fridge on a slide out, and then I've got some tools and stuff in here just for traveling. It's all covered up pretty nice. The carpet is the same as the back. I've got a picture I'll put up here of the back compartment with my subwoofer and stuff before I put this box back in. But like I said, the fridge is on slides, able to come out and access it very easily. Figured I'd show this. This thing comes out, and then I'm able to get to the fridge easy. And then I've got some stuff back here, my airbag, some extra fluids, and whatnot. And it slides back in, fits nicely. The interior, don't look at it too hard, it's really dirty. That's where I did quite a bit. I have my Chevy seats from a Cat Eye Chevy. I ended up putting, you can kind of see it back there. I've got Kill Mat. It's just an Amazon sound deadening mat. I've done it in another car that I built, and it works pretty good. New carpet. I ended up rewiring the whole truck. It's got a painless wiring kit, and everything's good there. Here's the back. Again, it's really dirty. Kids eating popcorn and driving without the top on, going through trails and stuff. It gets pretty dirty. I just haven't had time to clean it out. So, but there's the back. I ended up making brackets for that. The seats are seats out of a rear Tahoe, and got brackets made for that, and they bolt in. They're nice and secure. They're bolted to the floor and everything in the back, and so they're not going anywhere. But I think the last time I showed it to you guys, the front end was destroyed. It's pretty good now. A little bit of a dent here in the front, and got my door a little bit from the accident. My hood's not quite right, but I end up using this for trails and stuff. It's got some pinstripes from off-road and whatnot. I'll tell you what, it drives pretty good though. I've drove it to Florida since the last time I've had it on here. It's been to Michigan multiple times. It has been to, I'm in Indianapolis now. This is my second time coming to Indianapolis with it. So it's been all over the place, many road trips, and I've probably put 12,000 miles on it since I've built it. And this thing is just a joy. Everywhere I go, people ask, "You gonna sell that thing?" And my answer is no, I'm not going to sell it. I enjoy it too much. So as of right now, I plan on keeping it. I've got some cool plans. I do plan on recording later. So when I get to those things and I do cool things, especially with the rear suspension, and the tire carrier and some other odds and ends things I've got, it'll be a fun, I'll take you guys along for the ride. So, well, until next time, so thanks for watching.